Hi, I'm Carrie. I cosplay crochet and enjoy history bounding. We are getting ready to move. I have a lot of little bits and pieces of yarn, scraps left over from projects that aren't big enough to really do much with. I usually just crochet them into a blanket to donate. Are you talking to the people too? Yeah, can I carry on? I lost my train of thought. No, okay, thank you. Yes, so those scraps of yarn, usually make into a blanket, donate them. And that's what I want to do with these. But, okay, so normally I do like a crazy quilt style that I just use up bits of yarn. I don't worry about the rows being similar. Wherever I run out of yarn is where I change yarn. Creates a very variegated, crazy quilt looking blanket. And if you have the right mix of colors, still looks really nice. Usually when I do that, I will do rows of double crochets. You end up going into the previous stitch of the row before. That's very time consuming. It's a slow way to crochet. A granny square is much faster. But I just made a granny square using that kind of idea of wherever I run out of yarn, just tie in new yarn. It looks great, but I'm not ready to do that again. I want to do something different. What I really want to do is to be able to go back and forth doing a granny square pattern. But to do a granny square, you go around in a square. That got me thinking, can I do granny rows? It's me, of course I can. Let me show you how I figured this out. Here is what my granny rows look like so far. How I started this, down at the bottom here, this white. I made a long chain, started with multiples of 4, because that represents 3 double crochets and 1 chain space. At the very end, I don't need the extra 1 chain because I didn't have a chain space. Into the chains, I just started doing 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain, 1, 2, 3 double crochets, leave a chain space, and carried on that pattern. So this first row is a little bit more spread out, less clustery than the rest of the blanket, but that's how I started. To do the turning of the rows, after doing my last double crochet of this first row, I chained 4. That basically represents 1 double crochet and a little bit of space here. Then I just started carrying on doing normal granny square clusters into the chain space of the previous round. Changed color whenever I ran out of yarn. On the other side here, there's my final cluster, 1 chain space and a double crochet. Then I chained 2 to go up, completed 2 more double crochets into this chain space, then chain and carried on. And that's how it is turning the rows. So you end up with a row right along the very edge of either chains or double crochets, depending upon if you need to. This is probably going to be easier if I just show you as I'm crocheting. All right, I have finished a cluster. I have a space here to go into. I am doing 3 double crochets. instead of adding a chain here, I need to go up. This is where I'm going to do my 4 chains because I need to get over to this space. Flip my work, and now I can go into this chain space. I'm going to carry on crocheting as I normally would for a granny square, but it's rows. And when I get to the other side, I'll show you what I do there. Okay, here we are at the other end. I'm going to do my final cluster for this row. There's my chain. Now I'm going to do a double crochet into the top of the end of this cluster. Now I'm going to chain 2. That takes me up and equals 1 double crochet. Flip my work. Now I have a space right here. I'm going to carry on with the cluster, finishing it up with 2 double crochets, chain, and I'm ready to carry on. I have 1 more space at the end here for a cluster. Instead of doing a chain, like 1 chain for a space to carry on, I'm going to go up and over, which means I need 4 chains. 2, 3, 4. Flip the work. And now I'm going to go into this space. And same as before, I'm just going to keep crocheting this row, and I'll see you at the other end. 1 more cluster here. Now I need to connect up to the point so we don't have a gap. Oh, you're helping so much. Wrong way. Thank you. I'm going to do a double crochet into the corner there, chain 2, that helps me get up to the next row, flip my work, if baby doesn't pull away my work, finish my cluster by doing 2 double crochets, and then carry on as I would. Hi, you're so wonderful. That's making life difficult here. Is it a good blanket though? Is it snuggly warm? Are you testing Mummy's work? Making sure that I'm doing a good job? I'm producing quality crochet here? Yeah? Okay. Thank you. Okay, I mentioned we're in the middle of a move. Yeah, this project has now ended up in a box somewhere. I did get more of it finished, but I can't really show it to you somewhere. At some point, I will find this project again, finish it off, and donate it. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Until next time, have fun, be creative, and take care.